Let's change up the vibe, want you in my life. I sit to the side, I will let you decide. I stay out of the way, I know you know what's best for me. Just a pinch more of your spirit completes the recipe. You're all that I needed, tired of playing defense. When you take control of my life, it has a meaning. I need you to have your way. I don't wanna drive, I stick to the side. I just wanna ride along. I gotta ride along. You can take the wheel, I'll be still in jail. I just wanna ride along. You got full control. I'll leave it up to you, I promise. I'm not gonna move, you got this. I'll just work on me while you driving. Ride along, ride along.
Hey, everybody can hear me all right? All right, good to see you, everybody. What's up, Rance? What's up, Boom? Box, baby.
What's going on? Hey, everybody.
All right, so we got a viral show going on. I don't know if you believe it or not, but you're about to see it because we're about to achieve it. This is episode number 5 of this type of show that we're about to do. So we're already on the way to get 100K views. You guys don't even know yet, and 29,000 likes and 13.4 comments and 4,000 subscribers over this video. And I'm going to show you why. Let's get it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. 61 years. I saw him the other day. I love Tyson. I told him he can punch. Of course. He's got a puncher's chance the first 3 rounds. I'm a little scared of Tyson getting hurt after the 3rd round.
Right.
Jake Paul's a big boy. He's 26 years old. Mm-hmm. Tyson's 61. I'm happy for Tyson that he's making money and that Tyson still loves it and he's getting in there. He's in shape.
Right.
But just be careful.
Jake Paul said he wants to fight Canelo. You make that happen? You make that fight happen?
I can make it happen, but Canelo hates the shit out of me.
It'd be a lot of money.
It'll be a lot of money, but still, it's not legacy. It's not legacy.
It's not?
No. Canelo, I don't think has anything to prove. I think Canelo, he's obviously now fighting for the money.
Right.
Which I don't blame him for.
Right.
As long as he fights. But for instance, not taking Benavidez, which the world is urging him to, it's bad for his reputation. It's bad for Canelo's legacy for not taking that prime fighter in his career.
I read where you said, Jake, if you really want to be taken serious as a boxer, go fight somebody that is a boxer.
Yeah. And it's fair. Look, what I said to him is fair. I'm not criticizing. I'm actually commending him for getting in the ring.
Yes.
For taking it serious.
Yeah.
For promoting and helping out Serrano, the woman fighter from Puerto Rico, I believe it is. And, he's doing great things for fighters and for the sport. But if he's going to take it serious the way he says he is, then take that route the way we took it,
right?
The way the greats took it, the way fighters who have to work their way up from the start. Mm-hmm. Go fight guys who are gonna test you, guys who are not guys who don't have experience, or who are
play
MMA
football players
fighters.
that play basketball or what? Yeah,
it's not like being a fighter, a boxer. I strongly feel that Jake Paul has the ability. Mm-hmm. He really does, and the work ethic. Okay, but every fight that he chooses, it's not balanced. Either he's an MMA fighter, either he's a basketball player, either he's smaller, 30 pounds lighter than him. Okay, take the route professionally. Take the professional route. Take the route that Mike Tyson took. Take the route that Floyd Mayweather took, that I took. The route that's gonna test you, and it'll show you if you can become world champion.
I don't know. I do kind of agree with what he said as far as Tyson
Fight Jake
really
Paul.
take it's gonna be a high risk for him, with his age. He does move around very well though for his age.
Mm,
Still fast. Faster than a lot of, these younger guys that are out here. But my worry is definitely can he take the hits?
mm.
Can his body withstand that impact still? But I'm no lie, I would love to see him in action again.
Right. Man, let me tell you, I'm excited. I thought the fight was going to happen in June, right? It didn't happen. I don't know what happened. I think I need to follow up and see what happened. But let me tell you, Mike Tyson.
Tyson had an old.
I've been saying this underneath every single thing with him training, every single post with him training and doing this thing. I'm like, Mike, if you lose, you will have thrown my whole childhood away. Like we will literally will have laid it up into the trash can. So
Right.
please, Mike, don't if you look, just duck the fight all the way. Just don't even take the fight. I don't want to see,
Mm-mm.
one of my childhood memories shattered to pieces or knocked out. I just don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it go that direction either, but I feel like if he doesn't take the fight at this point, he's gonna be mad at himself.
Well, he better be ready to knock some heads off.
I mean,
Like
I
John
do.
in
I
in
think
the
he's
East Side
ready.
Boys.
I don't think that. I don't. I really think that he is ready. I
He
mean,
really
watching
is.
him train has been wonderful. Like I said, the speed is definitely there still.
So Pacquiao inserts himself saying, be the boxer that me and Mike Tyson were, and a lot of the other legends. Um, do you feel that he has the right to say that, tell somebody to go a certain route in order to become famous or to change the face of boxing or boxing as we know it? Everything has to evolve. Would it be something that's going to evolve or help boxing grow to its rarest form? Or will that stunt boxing's growth, or is that a mockery of boxing?
I'll let Rance take this one. What you think, Rance?
Well, Mike Tyson was out because he had an ulcer.
He had a what? A ulcer? Ooh, see, and
Stomach
that's
ulcer.
not good. That's not good.
But he's what 61 now. He said.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, honestly, even right now, I probably feel like seeing Mike Tyson train the way we saw him train earlier this or late spring. That and I'm no boxing expert, but I feel like I have a better chance of surviving the Great White Shark Attack than fighting Mike Tyson right now, seeing how he trains.
I mean, at
I mean, if you know
61.
boxing, yeah, I mean, sometimes certain things are just, muscle memory.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, Jake Paul may be able to bench more or whatever the case may be, he's not
Mhm. What, tactical?
at that level of expert that he is. You know how you
Right.
anything that you're an expert at. Like you got some Call of Duty kids out here, 10 years old that can compete with people that it's just
Mm-hmm.
but not Canelo. What was the guy's name? Del Hoya that was speaking that he's a I think sometimes things are to get it hyped up. Like, can he do it? Because he would never. I feel like let me down because at the end of the day he's fighting a 61-year-old man. I get what you're saying, like, oh man, my Superman, let me down, or like seeing your dad get knocked out. But I'm like, who was he fighting?
Mm.
It's all.
I don't know. I got high hopes for Mike.
Right. I just don't
I
want him
think
to
he's
do it
going to
for the
win.
money.
I think he's going to win because, it's like a, old Chinese kung fu theater movie, that wisdom and young grasshopper thing, like,
Right.
that's
He
how.
So
just got.
you confident he's gonna get the win? I'm pretty
I mean,
confident he's gonna get the win too. If he really comes to play and he's not coming only to get paid, because we don't know what his motive is to take this fight, especially when I believe he did turn this fight down before when Jake called him out, right? That's
mm,
rumor that I heard, like Jay called him out and he was like, no, because that would disturb the flow of boxing, correct?
Yeah. And then, you know, they also need that thing to bring the excitement back to boxing since UFC has taken over in the last 10, 15 years. So, you know, you have the last last couple of fights earlier this year, I believe. And then, you know, we had the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and those types of things. It's just kind of like, because even Wilder's he's a, what you call a brawler or whatever. He's just a street fighter. He doesn't have that technique, that professional technique that we're using.
And then this is survival skills too. I mean, I don't know what Jake Paul's background really is as far as growing up, but Mike Tyson, that's a different dog right there, boy. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I think it's just a wisdom thing. Mike, for me, like Mike Tyson has nothing to prove because he's 61. Now, this happened in Mike Tyson's prime, and you know, you had YouTubers or people testing. You know, this was a thing back in. No, you know, that would be embarrassing. But at 61, it's more like a why not? Let me knock somebody out who's not a professional. That's what every boxer is wanting to do: knock somebody out that's not a trained professional just for the hell of it. You know, so I don't think he's gonna let me down. I think it's just for the sake of the sport. You know, like if you go to Michael Jordan flight school and get to play Michael Jordan 1-on-1, you know you expect to lose, but it's to say if you had an opportunity to say I fought Mike Tyson, wouldn't you? You know, I mean, hell, Will Smith had a song about it. You know, so it's just.
I mean, I don't know about fight. Not me. I definitely would take a picture.
Oh yeah, I get that.
But as far as the upcoming boxers, I mean that's something up under your belt right there. I just don't want to see the same thing happen to him that kind of happened to Muhammad Ali when he was last, you know, in the ring, and he was fighting that Parkinson, you know. And boxers were still fighting him like he wasn't ill, you know, because then
they wanted
this is what it is. They wanted to say they beat Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
you know,
and they got to say it. And even if you say, "Well,
it wasn't really, you know,
they don't care."
He was already defeated, you know. He was really already defeated. But at the same time, you know, well, but Mike, Jake Paul, he definitely got something on his hands. Because he got really something. Does. He got. I'm thinking he probably glad, you know, Mike got that ulcer. Because I smelled his fear.
You smelled it.
I mean, he, you know, he's standing strong. You know what I mean? But
all right. Well,
I mean, shoot, I don't blame him for being scared. I mean, that's one of the greatest. You know, he is listed as the greatest, along with, you know, a lot of others. You said Pacquiao. I mean, yeah, he good, but I've never really been that big of a fan. I mean, he didn't wow me. Let me put it like that.
Yeah.
With basketball men and white women, what's that about? People in sports and white women.
I think a majority of what we see is men choosing women who are willing to do for them what needs to be done or what they need to feel within a relationship. She probably waits on him hand and foot, gives him sound advice, talks to him respectfully, and the list goes on and on and on. What we don't talk about in our community is the war between men and women. That's why we here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People that look like me and you who don't treat each other or show up for each other the way that we need to. And women all day long. I have clips in my phone, even from other podcasts and other things that go viral. You literally have women that look like you, Queen, that are saying, we don't need men. We don't need them.
Isn't that crazy?
Good. But then the same women that say, well, we don't need y'all, you get mad when they go elsewhere.
Facts.
But I don't hear people going crazy when Serena marries her husband or Eve marries her husband, because it's a double standard.
Yeah.
Right? They'll say, I'll take that billionaire too. But But again, are we focused on the love aspect, or are we focused on what you think or how that looks? I'm big on, black love, but I'm also big on love.
So he said a lot of important things all at once. What did you hear, Boom?
I hear he's saying that he feels like that, I'll say, women that look like me push our brothers to.
You don't look like you believe that. Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's a vicious cycle, but I do feel like that's what you're attracted to. Like most of the guys that I know are attracted to that. It's not about, no, I don't need this or that or whatever. They excuse me, have automatically been attracted to that at an early age. So for me,
is it vital for men and women to realize that they're at war, and that they both have to try to come to some type of terms to try to,
yeah,
make things work, or
you
try
gotta
to
pay attention to your surroundings.
What do you mean by that?
For men and women, you gotta pay attention to your surroundings. Is somebody pushing this person up on you, like, or are you just saying like, okay, well, let me give this a try? How did this relationship come about?
Oh, gotcha. All right, so the main thing about this whole scenario is that I think reciprocity.
I'm sorry, I had to get my water.
It's the real important part of this whole thing, where we got to see each other. We got to see how much you really love someone. Did you get that part where he was explaining that?
He said he big on black love, but he big on love altogether.
Yeah.
But he also said that these particular women are waiting on these men hand and foot.
Right. And they're saying, I guess, I don't know if he's saying just one race or a different race or probably
but how does
different
that
types
look?
of women.
Yeah, but exactly how does that look? Like, do these women work? Because see, when the relationship goes south.
Wait, why do women have to work to be able to?
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Waiting hand and foot. In a lot of cases, you got a lot of availability, right? You got an open schedule to things in most cases.
No,
but
I don't think that's what that means. No,
I do. But I mean, I'm just saying, that's my opinion.
What do you think, Rance, about hand and foot? What does that look like to you?
That's what he said.
I see what she's saying about the work thing. Because like, you ain't gonna have all that energy versus if you a housewife or stuff like that.
Oh, you should have a whole lot more energy, right? Like a.
Yeah, that's why it probably was like more so of an athlete. Like if we compare two households where you got an athlete and the woman is, the wife is
working a 9 to 5 or has a business or whatever.
Just a normal regular family, it's a different dynamic. Like, but I think it probably comes across that way because the other race, or let's say the white woman, they married to a black man, they probably overcompensate, trying to prove that I'm better than what you're used to. I mean, even in a relationship where you realize that, say you're same race relationship, and you move on, and you get interested in somebody else. That person realizes, oh, you're divorced or whatever. They're gonna, and then you find out what was missing out of their life. You might overcompensate to, show, hey, I'm suitable to be next to you. But I think we probably overcompensate in a way, or
Mm-hmm.
and it stands out like, oh,
Right.
white women
I
do
agree.
this more in the bedroom, and white women do this and that, blah 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 blah. So that may be a big factor.
I
Why
think
it comes across that way.
I think that they understand that they have to show their value a little bit more than
Yeah, but then sometimes it's like, a lot of guys, they feed into that, right?
mhm.
And then they be looking real stupid when stuff goes south and she walks away with everything because she has waited on you hand and foot. And it's documented.
We still don't know what that
And
looks
then
like.
so you have to be compensated. She has to be compensated for doing all those things. Whereas in a lot of cases, it's not the case. That's not the case for brown women, because she usually does work, and she's bringing in half of the income, or she bringing in her own income or whatever. So the split is a little different in most cases.
So let me ask you a question. Does compensation always come in the form of money? Because you're saying like,
yeah, I'm saying, a lot of these athletes, because that's what the topic was. But a lot of athletes, when their relationship goes south with these other women, like she's walking away with everything that he built.
Well, I mean, it's usually a plan from the beginning. Like we saw, like even with Mike Tyson. I'm glad we did have that last Tyson clip because a lot of his demise was messing with women. If you looked at a lot of it, like the grape stuff that supposedly happened with Mike, that came out in his story, and then and he supposedly didn't have anything to do.
Well, that was just a greedy woman.
Then you had Robin Givens, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah.
It was Robin Givens, who also, blindsided him and had her family pull him away from, all of the great people that Custody put up, around him. And that also, brought him down. So
right. But she painted him out to be a monster. I'm not even saying, what she did was definitely wrong.
But I mean, I'm just saying that's the trend with most athletic, or what is it, sports, wives and women. So usually it's a way in to some money, an easy way. I mean, don't spend it on me until we get to hearing them. Half of it or almost all of it will be mine. And then they got, they walk around with lightning behind them.
Yeah.
You get thunderbolts and maniacal.
That's what they gotta be careful with.
Sounding like, that.
But still, the like, that's why I said they have to really kind of pay attention to their surroundings and try to figure out, is this really love, or is this an agenda? Like just because you're getting waited on hand and foot does not mean that this person really is for you or cares about you.
I don't think somebody that's not doing it waiting on you hand and foot. Think about this: if somebody's waiting for you to open your eyes and they're looking at you and they're giving you that loving look every morning, and they're waiting for you to wake up and just to rub your feet or rub your back, and next thing you know, it's beautiful because you wake up to that every day. You just know that
is very beautiful.
This is for
very
me.
beautiful.
But hold on.
One
last thing. Hold on. So you have to go through a lot of work to all of a sudden know I need to do this, and keep it up consistently. But sometimes love is the motivator that makes people do stuff consistently.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Ooh.
But what I'm telling you is it can also be an agenda. Just because a person just because a person is waking you. Some people play the long game. Have you watched Snap before?
How long
have you ever seen
Snap?
Have you ever seen Snap?
But snapping could be
that's a slow roll. That's a slow roll.
It could be other contributing factors along the way.
So it can, and then there can also be mental issues, and then it can also be greed. It could also be just wanting to steal.
But I'm talking about coming into the game with that pretense of knowing what you want to do, how you want to do it, just that person. And so that's what's it's too golden. So there we go.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, yeah. I mean, people do that all the time, especially like on those dating sites. Like you don't even really know, and then you get with that person or whatever, and then you find out that this person has a whole nother identity. They didn't tell you that they had kids, but you know they whining and dining you, you know, and you don't really know who this person is. People play nice to get what they want.
I feel like sometimes
you gotta look for something.
And people don't want to see the signs sometimes. Sometimes they want something so bad that they ignore the signs. And so they go down this tunnel of, you know.
No, you just sat here and said, like, a person waking you up every day, what you say, rubbing your back?
Rubbing your feet.
Rubbing your feet, rubbing your back, you know. Breakfast in bed, let's just say that, you know, all of that stuff every single day. If they document it and y'all are together, married or whatever,
if they document, why they got to document it?
If they are, because I've seen it online.
Really?
I've seen girls, yes, basketball wives and girlfriends. They do that, and it's all to make sure that if something go left, they can get what they need.
Wow.
So
what ways that they document?
I mean, just recording what I do. This is what I'm doing for my man. You know, my man. This is what I'm doing for my man.
Okay, yeah, that's a little too extra. That's disgusting.
I'm just saying that's how it go, and that's why I say you got to make sure that you're not being played.
Golden.
Because they definitely. Let me.
Golden look like he having some technical.
Yeah, he has some issues. They definitely can't get played. You just want somebody that can really be honest with you, keep it real with you, know when you really need to be rubbed down and be, you know, by your side in tough times and stick by you through tough times.
Yeah, that's exactly what you wanted. Exactly what you wanted. All right. Well, hopefully I'm doing this the right way, but let's see.
Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4.
They did. There was this whole thing where, like, that's what they said. Right. Did you think you danced better than them at the time or no?
Well, I mean, this is what I would say. You know, CB is very talented.
You see how long he laughed? I'm telling you why he laughed that long, because he knows damn well he don't dance nowhere as good as Chris Brown. Maybe in the
that's what this was. I didn't know what they were talking about.
That's what he's talking about. He asked, do you think that you will dance better than Chris Brown, basically? And the answer is never. No. Never. You know you don't dance, but you don't sing better. You don't dance better. You probably don't ball better. You know.
His locks look good though. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, he did. Now those did. He did get those right. Because I don't know if they just on the side or if he grew them all the way around again. It might just be at the top.
I'm just trying. I'm like, is his hair that thick? Like they look good.
But yeah. You know, when he started laughing, you knew he knew the answer. But he can't just go out there and say, "Yeah, man, Chris just here smoke me." Like he give me that word. Like he's not gonna say that.
And I think a lot of why people compared us is just because our classes are so close together. They're different classes, you know what I mean? And also, you know, you guys serve.
Literally, not different classes.
Wow, oh my gosh. Wow.
You know, B2K. Yeah, so I am, you know, definitely a dancer in the eyes of those people that watch those things. But
not just a dancer.
Yeah, I mean, performer, you know, like, you know, yeah, all those other things too.
I mean, come on, you be a little cocky.
You can be a little cocky, yo. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, if you know, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? But
if you know, you know.
I've always.
They used to say you dance better than.
So
I'm trying to figure out who is they, because they're not gonna be talking about Chris like that.
I don't know anybody that's actually said that Omarion dances better than Chris. Now, back in the day, Omarion doing little dances in the water.
He did that one. It
was in the water.
In the water.
Yeah, that was it right there.
Yeah. And it was a good routine, but no, and I like both.
I like that show out into.
That's what I was gonna say. I like him, and I do like Chris, but no, oh no, you do not dance better than my boy Chris. Because Chris is tall. Chris is tall. Like I bet B2K, they not that tall. Chris Brown is tall. He's probably he might be the same height as you.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
That's why I dance like that. I be getting that.
You can dance. Yes, you can dance.
All right. Back in the video and figure out where you messed up. All right, gonna take this one down.
What is going on with Rants?
I have no idea. To be honest, I have no idea.
With basketball.
Yep. So let me tell you, that was awesome right there, where he was talking about, because this is what show. This is what you figure out. This is what you see on TV when everybody's lying. Everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, we were like that. We was on the same level. We was young chum, whatever. We was cool." Mm-hmm. And you find out, nah, he wasn't really that cool. But,
and he's not the only one. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of of people that we would call my brother or my friends that have went through things, and I'm just like, damn. You know what I mean? That applies a certain type of pressure, you know what I mean? But it also shows you who people are, you know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like, man, that was a time, man. We was having so much fun, and it was just so free. You know
I didn't feel any pressure.
Yeah.
Like, you were a superstar, he was a superstar.
Yeah.
I was this nigga hanging out. But like we didn't feel.
Yeah, it wasn't like that.
I think it was social media wasn't around.
It wasn't. Not like that. We wasn't online every day. We wasn't waking up like, oh,
no. It was like we were existing in the moments.
Yeah, that's
and
facts.
creating those moments.
Like, yo,
damn, I wish we could go back to those days.
Like, what you doing? I'm in the studio this week, man. Pull up. Like, oh, we got a show at such and such. Yeah.
But isn't that also when real music existed? Because now with this TikTok thing, I don't really know. Music is different.
Yeah, well, music does have to transform. You know what I mean? Same thing with rap. Same thing with all of these mediums that we use to express and connect culturally. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I wish we could go back to that time too, because it did feel a lot more genuine.
I can agree with that.
So
I can agree with that. Like, it seemed like it was more love in the air.
Right, definitely was. That's when Ja Rule was killing the sound waves, whatever you all the songs was lovey-dovey, and everybody got along. Everybody universally played Ja Rule to come together, and he won. So, yeah, definitely. That's why when stuff goes wrong, they always ask, "Where is Ja Rule?" I never understood that. Like, why are you looking for Ja Rule? Ja Rule can't do anything,
You say yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, yeah, it was fun. A lot of more fun times than I feel like the generation now, they don't know how to have fun and they don't want to have fun. Right. If that makes sense. We do need a lot more outreach programs. Like, it's great what the presidents are doing to like help boost the economy, but they do need to push for more outreach programs for these children to have outlets, other places, get involved in their communities and thrive in their communities, and not look to try to figure out what the next neighbor doing, and if they're doing something right or wrong, depending on how that child has already been being raised, the influence can be heavily impacted. So, but I feel like if you have those outreach programs to like have activities for the children to learn new things and do things,
what you got going on over there?
Well, I was whatever. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
You okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just because this is something I always think about. Like they took
The outreach.
all the outreach
Right.
programs away. They're not funding those programs, but at the same time, parents do have to work, so they're focused on economics. When the kids are still the future. Like we are here, but we're working for them, but they're the future, so they still need stuff to do.
Yeah.
It's not always got to be this, what is it, AAU and all of that. Like they should be able to have free programs that they can get involved in. I remember going to the library and getting involved in journalism early, but they don't have that. It's not fair. It really isn't.
I think they need to upgrade parks. That's what I think. I think there needs to be calisthenic parks. Because
yeah, that too, to promote,
because they let people stay inside because of COVID. Everybody fell for the okie doke. Oh, I had to go do this and go do that because of COVID. Everybody stayed inside. A lot of kids got obese. And it's gonna be real hard if they don't have the right equipment to play on. And check this out.
But that's still just being active. Like you can be active.
Yeah, but you need something that's gonna be, where you can be active using all of your muscles. The way the playgrounds used to be set up, they used to have the jungle gyms, they used to have the slides and all that. Now they got a very short slide, maybe like 3 steps, nowhere to swing. They got a whole bunch of stuff where you press stuff. It's mostly a design, and there's no way to use upper body strength or lower body by that. It's not a playground.
I agree. I agree with you. I'm just saying they also need to have programs that will challenge and alter the children's mind. Physicalities, yes, being physical and working out, yes, that's important too. But they also need programs that's going to help them in the future to be better people, to make better choices, to have pride. They don't have anything to be proud about. A lot of these kids don't have nothing to be proud about.
They don't. And a lot of times people are showing these kids now that you don't have to put in work, stuff will just fall in your lap. And, don't worry about it. It's different ways to do stuff now. Granted, there are different ways, but you got to kind of want it. You got to kind of want to go to the next level. There's been a few things that happened recently where I wanted to give up, but we didn't. And then, we were able to get it certified.
Yeah.
But
thanks to me.
Right. But had we given up, then it would have been a real bad day. But I got this next joint that I definitely want to pop up. I got joints all over the place, but I really want to pop this one up right here.
Okay.
Away from my dad for 26 years. You know what kept me away from him? My mom told me that my dad.
Have you seen this?
No.
Oh boy.
So
guys,
I
just want to say I'm sorry if there are any, if there's vulgar language, but I would think if there's pain involved, there may be some vulgar language. So thank you for being understanding, and like, comment, and subscribe. Here we go.
That said I was a mistake and kept me away from my father. Okay. Every time this been looking for me since I was a kid.
Yeah.
He's been looking for me. I finally talked to my dad. He's a good dude. My mom told me my dad has not paid child support since I was a kid. I finally meet this. He has envelopes full of shit proof showing he's been paying child support. My mom calls me. What you doing, baby? What's going on? I'm at my dad's house. What the you doing at the house? Didn't I say don't discuss family business? My dad bust through.
So don't you hear that a lot? Where the kid gets lied to about the dad not doing anything and this and that, and then the kid has to find out the proof later. Not only do you destroy the image, use the kid as a weapon to destroy the image of the father of the male, you slander and make him really, really hurt again when he finally sees that his dad was telling the truth, and then he has to go back and beat himself up, not only because of what you did to him, but because of what he's done to his own father himself.
Yeah. Okay. Now finish playing it so I can
to the door and snatch the phone. I was trying to no, hello, put my son back on the phone. No, it's my son too. What do you want? Put my son back on the phone, and my dad loses it, going in on my mom, and I'm listening to my mom. All that slapping, abuse, and beating me up, choking me when I'm on the floor, beating me with belts, wrapping hangers around other hangers. My mom turned into a 2-year-old little girl when my dad started talking to her. She talked to me like my entire life. He's yelling on the phone, "You mad because I left you, and I didn't want to be with you no more, and you kept my son away from me as a weapon." Whenever my mom would get pissed off by my dad or my sister's dad, she would say, "You will never see your son again if you disrespect." Kept me away.
You will never see your son again. That is because they know they have the power to weaponize these children, and in the midst of weaponizing these children, what they do is destroy them and rip them apart for the rest of their lives, and they don't know up from down, left from right.
Yeah, trauma.
They can't go Gold Sonic. They can't do anything because all the codes have been scrambled, and there's no game genie.
Right. But in her sense, yes, she definitely was wrong.
Super wrong.
That's
your punishment.
Just because you guys aren't together does not mean you deprive them of the other parent. It's so unfair to the other parent and the child. Like you're the cause of why that relationship is damaged and sometimes to the point of no return. It's the mother's fault when they do some things like that. And I ain't gonna lie, like my baby father, I definitely wish at one point in time that I had told my children that he was unalive.
Oh, he got.
But I'm just saying because in some cases, dealing it's easier to not deal with the chaos, and it's easier to not watch your child be bothered by their situation.
Right. And so once again, kid finds out the truth after 26 years. So he lost 26 years.
I wonder
26 years.
I wonder how this is gonna have will he still have a relationship with his mother? How would that relationship be?
Probably
the trust is definitely messed up though.
When I say that every single story, somebody else on this earth that is connected with you has lived the same story. And if you listen to this story has happened before.
I've heard it before, something along those lines.
And at the end after those 26 years, he never get a chance again to reconcile with his people. So that destroyed that part of that person forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because they don't know each other.
They don't know each other, and they finally got to know each other, and then that person gets ripped out of their life again. That can do super duper detrimental long-term damage.
Mm-hmm.
Damage beyond repair. Damage without the person knowing that they're damaged. Because there's a lot of times where you take on coping mechanisms to try to, defer the damage, but the damage is still just multiplying as you think you're fending it off with whatever technique that you think you're using to try to, rehabilitate yourself. But the only thing you're doing is digging yourself into a bigger hole because you don't know, what's attacking you. You haven't had the time to sit down and figure it out. But I would believe that anybody that's went through this, being told that their dad wasn't something, and then you find out later on in life, after you've treated them a certain way, that he really wasn't that guy, it's gonna weigh heavy on you. And you're gonna wish you could take back stuff. I mean, I know everybody in this world. A lot of people say, "Well, I lived a life with no regrets." But you know, the ones who have had regrets, I know they're like, man, I regret that I ever, you know, even did this, because now, you know, I can't get this time back. You know, I don't have the same energy I used to have to do the things that I wish I would have done. I wish, you know, things would have been different. And this sums up for a lot of, you know, the kids that are out here, you know, or the opposite, the dad just wanted to give the money and just not be there. You also had that too, or not even want to give the money, had to give the money and not be there. So there's so many different, you know, scenarios that are come into play. But I mean, the outcome is still the same. You still got the damaged individual that's caught up in the crossfire of somebody's miscalculated love missile.
That's a
You
good
know,
one.
you know, it's just
Not being able to just accept things and move forward and try to figure out how to navigate that in a healthy balance. Because now, like this guy here, not to mention the anger that already existed because his father was not.
And you can hear the anger in him figuring and just doing this video, because doing this video, that this seems like him being able to finally be heard. And, you know, he probably asked this question before. His mom was like, "What's wrong with you? You know, you ain't hear what I said. Your daddy ain't this." You know, continuously pushing him down deeper and deeper into despair until, you know, you're like, "Oh, F that dude, you know, he ain't nothing like my mama said. Da, da, da. And my friends, you know, they making fun of me because he ain't around and he ain't give me this. Now I would have had this, I would have had that, you know." So, yeah, it's a real sad story. I'm glad we were able to definitely, you know, talk about this, because, you know, moms that do this, you know, do this and play this game, they are dangerous. They are the biggest red flag. You know, you definitely don't want to do. But I mean, by this time, it's already too late. So how do you know that you'll get a significant other or a wife or a BM like this? My thoughts would be, just check out her honesty, her level of honesty, her integrity. And
No, you have to see how she responds to
what?
To disagreements.
To disagreements. But what would that have to do with somebody keeping their kids away? You know,
because if you're saying,
so basically on this whole title, the, you know, man shares pain about mom kept him from his father. Now,
yeah, but how she responds during disagreements can possibly show you how she will respond to a breakup or you leaving her, and how she will respond
without no
to
kid,
your kid.
you know,
in some cases, because people are petty, is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, you gotta realize somebody gotta have something, some type of a hold on you. Now, this is the thing that I know women realize, but for some reason you haven't said it. When women have kids with a man, that's the only power they have over the dude. And I know a lot of women know this. Like, they are not going to listen to you or even play with you. Some still don't.
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't say that. Yeah, that's true. But, you know, maybe I didn't say it because that's not how I, you know, that's
maybe
not how I roll.
you view it, but like,
no, that's not how I roll. But I have
to a
seen
lot.
it.
Yeah, happened to a lot of these guys out here. You know, they wield a certain power. They knew they didn't have this power before. The person cares, you know, exponentially, and then they use that to their advantage. But in using that to their advantage, they're also self-inflicting damage, you know, not only to themselves but to the kid. And, you know, if they want to also keep the kid from you for whatever reason. And the thing is, I don't know why women want to keep kids from the dad, especially if they're not a harm to the kid. What I think about is, you know, is that your only
harm? Know, that's the only thing. That's the only
thing. Harm, and it's the only thing that you could say you did good, other than lose that ninja nibble guy. You see what I'm saying?
Then, you know,
that's the only thing you have left to hold on to. So, you know, maybe if I hold it close to me, I can attract you there too.
The sense of control. That's a sense of control.
Yeah, so that's a narcissistic action. So I would feel like this is what I would like to say to all moms that do this for no absolute reason whatsoever. It just makes absolutely no sense other than, I don't like the girl that you with. Listen, it's absolutely and utterly stupid. And, you know, because Just because you're bitter and hurt and you don't want to move on, you want to keep your kid at an age, whatever age they're at, and usually this is typically around, the molding stages, and just have them just stuck there, just nerfed at a certain age to where they can't grow because you couldn't grow, you couldn't move on, you couldn't let go, you couldn't accept whatever accountability you needed to have in that relationship. You just decide to say, hey, I just throw my hands up in the air, God take the wheels.
Well, I put it like this to the ones that are already doing this behavior. Try doing something different and see how much happier in that piece you'll be. If he hasn't done anything wrong to that child and he's wanting to provide for that child, let him. What is wrong with help? What is wrong with that? And now, I mean, if he has been abusive, I get it. Sometimes you want to be safe. Sometimes you don't want to be in that place. Sometimes that can trigger you. So I understand that, but try to find a mediator or somebody that can still allow that relationship with that person and that child. Because just because, you guys had differences and it wasn't good does not mean that they're going to be that way with their child. And if the child come back and tell you something different, then hey, you know what to do. But just to say, oh well, no, because he moved on, and so he don't want to be a family anymore. So I'm not gonna let him be a father. You have completely lost your mind and deprived them of having a relationship and having a healthy lifestyle balance to their childhood. Because there is an imbalance, especially in young men. There's an imbalance when they don't have their father in their life. And it is not cool to do that. Because that's why we got jacked up men out here. And y'all keep talking about this dating pool. And it's because men don't really know themselves because they have a whole nother side of them that they don't even know. A whole nother family they don't even know.
Right. And for everybody that's just now tuning in, you guys can jump in, get into the conversation. And it's in the top live chat. It's pinned there. You can click it and we'll let you into the studio and we can jump on this topic. But yeah, once again, the weaponizing part. Yeah, women gotta stop doing that. Gotta stop doing that.
And men too.
I've never seen really men.
I've experienced it. So that's why I can say it.
I've never seen.
Don't get the baby and then call yourself trying to take off down the road and trying to control her because she don't want to be with you anymore.
So you go and get the baby.
Like, she might be mature and like, hey, I'm gonna let you spend some time with your child.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, when you get an Amber Alert, because daddy don't want to take the child back and he done hit the highway. No, you cannot do that either.
How long is he gonna do that for?
Now you do know most of the Amber Alerts be about that.
Yeah, how long is he gonna do that for? Like, if
I don't know, but it's embarrassing.
I mean, it's embarrassing to put out an Amber Alert with somebody that you laid up with to have the kid in the first place. This is what we always talk about. Like, you didn't know this dude long enough to not.
Don't defend him. Don't defend him acting ignorant. We're talking about is the women weaponizing the child, and I'm saying men need to not do that as well because at that point he has weaponized the child too.
By just taking the kid and keeping them past their curfew.
By taking the child, he may say he's not going to bring them back or something.
Oh, well, that's good. That should be helping you out.
What?
That should be helping you out, shouldn't it?
No, I mean mothers will let you in their lives too.
Women need breaks, don't they?
I mean, but that she probably already had a break. He just probably just didn't bring the child back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Fathers can also go to court and get joint custody.
And that's what I urge a lot of our young fellas to do is go to court. As soon as you get that paperwork, go there and just say, look, man, we not do it when you're not falling out. We're not falling out. We're on good terms. I just want to make sure that I got my rights. It's more evident that females get that right automatic. It's almost like an automatic thing.
Do it when you're still dating. Do it when you're still together. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Don't do it when you guys are at odds.
Right, because it's not going to go well, and that mediation is going to go horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
But nobody should weaponize the child. The child is not a weapon. The child is a human being like you. It has feelings. It can see what is going on around them. So the ignorance needs to stop.
Rance, what about you on weaponizing children? What do you
Rance look like he done froze, or is he moving?
No, he moving.
Oh, he like he posing.
Hey, Dropper.
I told you.
It looks like he floating around in space.
I told you.
Oh Lord.
But that's yeah. So
anyway, yeah. I feel like this is what do you think about when you break up with your significant other? What do you think about the time you should bring your kids around the next person you're dating? How serious does that relationship have to be?
If you find it to be a serious relationship, I mean, well, yeah, you need to be sure. But I think it could be something that is agreed upon amongst the parents. Like, hey, look, if you haven't been with this person for more than 6 months, don't bring them around our child.
What does that change? How long you know that person? Like, as long as
I don't think it changes much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's just based like if depending on the age of the children, depending on how the relationship is between the parents, these things matter. Maybe in some cases, depending on the person that you've dealt with,
mm-hmm.
that person may want to meet this new person before, like, saying, okay, well, yeah, I'm cool with you being around my child. What? If they're gonna be around,
they're gonna be around.
Well, in some cases, Trey.
So now you gotta get permission from the other person.
Why are you acting all surprised? Like you didn't try to set that up between you and your baby mama. Sometimes that's the type of things that have to happen.
No, man. Like, so the thing is, I don't feel like the man should have to do that. Now, if you're doing everything possible, then and then that other person says, well, I just want to meet her, then all right, maybe you're thinking that's going to ease stuff, but I don't feel by no means necessary that the dude has to explain who he's with or the female.
I don't think it's necessarily about explaining who they're with. I don't think it's necessarily about explaining who they're with. But I think that those things right there help put each other at ease too.
Think it makes
because
think about this. I'll bring up a little touch lightly on my situation. I didn't care about the dude. All I care is that he's not doing no funny bunny, no little extracurricular activities or nothing weird or being disrespectful or making any harm. And at the end of the day, like, nobody has to really introduce me because the person who you introduce is gonna be plastic because they don't want to get hurt or they don't want to seem disrespectful. So at the end of the day, it's just like, you can introduce somebody all you want to.
I don't think it's about introducing. I'm just saying, like,
just bringing them around in the area.
Can we be around each other? Because those things do matter too. Like when the child birthday come up, can we all be around each other and celebrate this child's birthday?
It depends on how
things like that, like how serious the relationship is. That's what I said.
It depends on how mature the person is. But you don't be able to be around because you have to think about it. Some people are in an older body, but their brains have not matured to where it can make functionally accurate decisions on what to do and what not to do. Well, not even a lot. Women sometimes tend to just do stuff. Just do stuff. I'm just gonna do this. You know, I was saying, like, you see how these hands flail like that? I'm just gonna do this. You see? And once you do that, that just means you just don't give up. And see, y'all have that mode that kicks in a lot. And it's just like, please, God, no. Whatever she does, just don't let her snap them hands back.
Yeah, but you know, like,
And then,
depending on the gender of the child too. Like, you know, like I said, you say you don't care about the dudes, but how else are you supposed to like make sure that this guy is mentally stable enough to be around your daughter, right? Because a lot of weird stuff, it happens to young boys too, but it really happens to young girls, and a lot of times it happens in the home with the guy that the mom is dating, or like, you know, somebody, you know, could be the family member, but in most times it's a guy that the mom is dating. He dating the mom, but he's eyeing the child too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes you really do have to have, now, you know, I know you did, but you do got to have those conversations with the person to see if where their mental capacity is, you know, how do they move? How do they maneuver? Do they have children? How do they handle their children? Do they be around them? You know, what's the background of this person?
Right.
And
well,
it does. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hey, what happened?
it looked like we lost Rance.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with Rance.
What happened to him?
Wherever he's parked at, their cell towers are not too good. But that's okay. You just having fun with all those little noises.
Because the crazy thing is that while we're talking about the weaponization, and we're also talking about who's the best dancer, and then we're also talking about, you know, what Shay Shay said, and everybody's talking about how feminine Shay Shay be acting and stuff, but he getting
You know what? I didn't say nothing.
Yeah. They was talking about how
I
he
seen
was
him in a
posting
green
with a
outfit.
pocketbook, with the pocketbook in front of the wine place. He said, "Yeah, talk about me, yada da da," because every time y'all talk about me, y'all advertising for me, and I'm getting more money, which is very understandable. And I really do like that he feels that way. As far as Omarion,
that's too much.
Just for the recap, I don't feel like Omarion, your singing is all that good. But I will say you did have 5 underrated songs. I believe it's on the Omarion 21 album and the O album. I believe those are the 2 best albums that you have. I have to look back in my catalog, but I believe, yeah. I mean, we can debate that on the next show coming up.
I'm not going to debate nothing because it's still CB for me.
Oh, yeah, I mean, CB is underrated. Like, I think when albums were dropping at like 50-song albums, I think CB was
and
that started that nonsense, you know.
But not just that. Like, you're not going to say, oh, you got 5 underrated songs. No, you got a whole catalog that people have tried to like keep your music out of the world, and you still find a way to put it out there, and every time it's still a banger. I cannot be mad at that. That boy is good. What's
glad we agree.
Yeah.
You get one of those. There you go. 1 point for you.
Whatever.
Oh man. Anyway, so so it was CB. CB wins. You know, I'm sorry. Even if it's not the yard, we already know CB did his thing.
Love is love.
Crazy. Now, Quavo, we're gonna talk about UNC, CB on another one. You know, on a whole nother one. Because this one right here.
I was about to say, how did he get in this?
It's not long enough to even go there with you. This guy, I don't know who he is. He looked like Jesse Smolier's
back in the day.
Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Where is he at? Jesse Smolier's like long distance cousin or something.
I don't know that part right there. I didn't know what you had posted. What was about to come out their mouth. But both of their faces, like, you know, looking at each other. I kind of got, you know, a little
sassy vibes.
Well, you know, I mean, that's their business, but I didn't want to see it too. I didn't know where it was going. That's why I was like,
what
have I walked into?
No.
Yeah, I was scared.
You were scared? Oh
yeah.
My gosh.
Because I didn't want to say the wrong thing. Like,
pause that thought. Pause that thought. I know. We gotta be YouTube critical.
I'm going out my way to do 10 things for you because I don't want the argument. I want the nagging. So if I'm doing all this to avoid that and you still nagging.
Who he remind you of, who he sound like, and who he look like. I'm gonna let him talk.
Always be doing JJ.
Then he look exactly JJ. She said it first, but I ain't say it. But when I heard him,
JJ don't sound like that, but he do. He sound like JJ. The way he talk and his mannerism. But okay. Why would you do that?
Shout out to my boy.
I'm doing this for no reason. So if I'm doing like, okay, you know what? Let me over text to let her know I'm cool. Hey, what you doing? Let me do this. Let me make sure I show her I ain't messing with other girls. Let me make sure I'm doing all this. If I come home and do something, you nag about something, it's like I might as well be out here if I'm.
That's how men think. A lot of men think like, man, if I'm gonna be in trouble, I might as well just be all the way in trouble. Like, I might as well just go. I might as well act like I got 24 hours left to live, because that's the wrath of a woman, y'all. That is the wrath of a woman. When I tell you, that is the wrath. That's all you hear. I'm gonna tell you right now. You get on that bad side. That's all you hear. You hear accordion start playing and stuff. It gets real crazy. It's real digital. So yeah.
If I'm getting yelled at for something I'm trying to avoid, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and you still nagging. Why am I doing X, Y, and Z? You do X, Y, and Z to avoid nagging. So a lot of women don't understand a man go out his way because he don't want that kind of problem. So when he do that and you still giving him that problem, he like, what I'm doing this for?
Why? Why is he doing this for? And at the same time, when is a woman gonna go out her way to do X, Y, and Z and elemental P and QRS and TUV? You know what I'm saying? Why is it always you always hearing a man saying, I'm going out my way to do this and that? Who wrote this manual? Who wrote this manual? I'm asking you. Who wrote the manual? Like, who is writing this manual?
Oh my goodness!
Came up with the I can't give it up till after 30 days. So you just all of a sudden was like,
what's wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
So you got a whole calendar. I met you today. Hurry up. Let me get my pen. Wow. Okay, it's February the 19th. That was a leap year. You know, it may not be this day, but it's go. No, stop it. Y'all remember that from Jamie Foxx here? So, no, that's what I mean. Just all the extraness.
That's not extra.
That's not extra. Just making up a 30-day rule.
No, I mean that's
okay. What happens if you have that 30-day rule and then you give it up on the first night?
I mean, a lot of things can happen.
Okay.
It's a lot of things that can happen.
Okay, we're gonna rewind that, scratch that,
might be good, it might not be good.
So once again, what happens if you have that 30-day plan and you give it up?
But again, people have to learn to be friends first.
That's not what I asked. Here we go. That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked. We gotta snub that out. So what I asked is if she has the 30-day rule and she decides to give it up on the first night. You want me to say it in a different way?
What happens? I mean, what happened? So what? She decided to give it to him on the first night. So what?
It's a stupid rule.
Well, maybe the vibe was right for her. I don't know. I cannot speak.
Right. Okay.
I cannot speak for her, but I'm just saying, or maybe she already knew him. They were already friends prior, and then they took it to another level, and then she gave it to him because she probably already found him attractive before. Things happen. And I wish you stopped. That sounds so nasty.
I mean, you just talk about how she broke that 30-day rule, so that's the only sound effect that I can come up with.
So what? Rules are made to be broken.
Whoa.
People break rules all the time. Okay, I'll say it like this: rules are rules. Let me say, rules are rules, but there's rules and then there's guidelines. Let me put it like that. So let's say the 30-day rule. Rule, but it's really like a guideline to help her stay on track and stay focused on what she's trying to do, as far as what journey she's on, where she's at in life. And then a man come along, she wants to make sure that he fits into that journey that she's on, that walk that she's on right at that moment. So he has to take that walk with her a little bit sometimes to, see where she's at, see if if there's something there. I mean, if there ain't nothing there, and then you go and you just let it out on the first night, and then you just like, dang, why did I do that? It wasn't right. It wasn't no connection. You need that connection to be able to properly procreate and procreate healthy beings.
All right, let's see what you think about this one.
Trust everyone to be themselves, but trust in the fact that you can see them well. I mean, it takes too much energy to not trust someone. I mean, trust them to be them.
To be themselves.
Trust a snake to bite you. Trust a lion to laugh. Trust a thief to steal from you. Like, trust them to be them. But know them when you see them.
Know them when you see them. Yes,
know them when you see them.
Because I saw that thief earlier the other day. You remember I seen that thief? I said, there go that thief. Remember earlier today when we was driving, I said, there go that thief earlier.
I can't remember who the thief was, but
yeah,
we'll talk about that, I guess, on the backstage.
And
if y'all like what y'all hearing, smash that comment, subscribe, share for more content. Hit that bell. That ding ding.
Okay. Yeah. Kobe. I've always liked it when DMX made that statement, because you don't have to be mad at a person to know who you see them as.
Right. They already showed you who they was from the beginning. All you think you got to do is believe
this is who you are. At least this is who you are right now, because people change, people grow, but this is who you are. And I know where you're at in life at this moment.
Here's another one for my brother. A little quick one, real quick.
Your brother who?
Because you can fake for a long time, but one day you're gonna show yourself to be a phony. That's for true. You know what I mean? And that's what these, a lot of people are doing these days.
Yeah.
You heard it. You heard it from himself. And what is he saying to everybody?
He basically saying, like, eventually your true color is gonna show.
Yeah.
Eventually, like, you can.
That's why you have to learn how to make.
What she saying? You ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig.
Right.
People gonna love you or they're not.
Yeah.
And that's just what it's gonna be. It really is what it is.
On the way to 4K subscribers.
What do you got?
That was me. That wasn't a sound effect. My bad. Here goes my next guy.
Punish a person and forgive them at the same time. You can't.
Wait, start it back. I didn't see what he said there.
That's my brother.
Okay. Punish a person and forgive them at the same time.
What'd he say? You can't punish and forgive someone at the same time.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know, because you can a person can feel punished.
No, you can't. Not what that person feels. You can't punish somebody and forgive them at the same.
Yes, you can.
Time.
Yes, you can.
No.
Yes, you can.
No.
Yes, you can.
No.
Yes, you can.
Okay. How?
Like, let's just say, for instance, like a person walks away, like, let's just say a guy, and this is a story that I read somewhere, maybe social media, maybe it was a vlog, I'm not sure, but anyway, She walked in on her man cheating. He was in the bed sleep with another female. She just stopped by, see him or whatever. And she literally packed up all her stuff and changed her phone number and moved to another state. And like basically never he never heard from her again. So you can punish and forgive a person at the same time. I feel like
I don't think
that was her letting him, be who he is, but that was also her giving herself the peace to not go through the back and forth with the guy, because she probably knew had she stayed, she probably would have stayed with him, and maybe then she probably wouldn't have forgave him. It's a possibility. You never know.
I don't know about that.
You can't.
Never know.
The whole performative thing, you got to do X, Y, and Z. Like, yes, there's a roadmap to atonement, but that does not include further persecuting a person for something that they did.
Oh. And this is why you can't. Because you you sitting there forgiving someone, how can you still punish them? That means that you're persecuting somebody over and over, which I think it's called double jeopardy. But this is why I say you can't. You can't forgive somebody while you're punishing them.
I think you can.
Kaboom. I just had to say that again. No, I just told you why you can't.
That was your opinion.
No.
And I gave you mine.
No, it don't make sense.
It does.
And I'm not saying that every man is like this. Again, I don't even want to pretend that most men are like this. But the man that understands that he made a mistake, his conviction is going to do much more to him than you ever could. Him realizing that I've put my home at risk, I've put my foundation at risk, I hurt the woman that I love, the woman that pours into me, that's going to fuck him up more than you being mad, more than him having to walk on eggshells, him having to you can't punish a person who heart punished them first. So if his heart hasn't punished him, there's nothing to forgive. There's nothing to work on. There's check his heart first. If he not up about what he did to you, there's nothing to talk about.
Now that's real. I do agree with that part. But
I agree with the whole statement.
But
you cannot punish and forgive somebody at the same time, because while you have forgave them, you are still punishing them. You cannot punish somebody on the same thing. So this is what we mean, on the same thing. Now, if it's something new,
you're saying like in the
that slate is white clear.
You're saying it in the sense of going back and forth with that person, like that person just
saying
keeps
it in
going.
the sense that somebody did something, and you say you forgave them, you can no longer punish them. That's what I'm saying. If you forgave them, the punishment has to stop.
And I'm saying basically what he is saying, as far as the guy realizing that he has made a mistake, just because the person forgave you and moved on, doesn't mean that they're punishing you. That's what I'm saying.
That's somebody forgave you and moved on. We ain't talking about moving on. We're talking about that even in relationships. No, we're talking about there's people even in relationships where the woman will swear she forgave, or the man will swear that he forgave the person, and still be holding on to the old remnants of what he so-called forgave, or she so-called forgave. And then you didn't forgive it because you're still punishing a person as the old person. If that person repents and he's a new person,
people change. I say that all the time.
Then you can't go back and make him the old person if he has actually changed his ways.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because only thing you're doing is going back to that other video where the dude says, if I'm already going to be accused for something, then I might as well do it because I'm already being treated as such.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a certain percentage of the population's train of thought, you know. And then there's some that's just like, well, I'll just leave her. You know, so I mean, the woman can't always just sit there and just think in her mind like, oh, well, if I don't like this, I'll leave, because that's not happening most of the time. Or I'm just gonna act this certain way and just think it's gonna be all right, because at the end of the day, then y'all both just sitting in the car that ain't got no gas. You ain't going nowhere, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So You know, you just gotta really.
But again, you still can. But like I say, the guy, based on what he was saying, as far as y'all, the people still being together, right? Like, no, you should not. Anyway, you should not just continue to try to punish the person if you're trying to still be with them.
That you can do that.
If you're still trying to be with them, but I'm saying, but in a sense, now if you're not ridiculing that person, it's still there is still a way to punish them because just because you're not ridiculing them, you're not mistreating them, they can be punishing themselves, which is still punishment.
Right. What do you think about females that say that this is all that men need, and if y'all did this, then y'all would be treated as like the most specialist beings on the planet because
this what is this?
Well, you ready?
I'm ready. What is it?
Yeah, let's do more gagging than nagging. All 2024. Let's try it and see how it go. We may get further, y'all. I said what I said.
Get over here!
She said what she said. What do you think about her going on there and delivering that message to the women in 2024?
I mean, I hope her, I hope she just ain't out here just doing it to any.
Just gagging for less. Gagging for less.
Yeah, it say gagging less. I mean,
or gagging less nagging. But I would just say that would be a dope slogan. Gagging for less. You know, remember this? I think it was pay less. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I think that is a great slogan. And if she was running for president, I would pick her over Kamala. Kamala, ha. If she came up with that slogan, she wouldn't need Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, Megan Thee Stallion wouldn't even have to waste. You wouldn't have to waste your money. I bet you she could have got her to say this for a fraction of what it costs to get Megan Thee Stallion and shake her booty on the stage.
So you believe
if Kamala said
that more gagging and less gagging,
it would make relationships.
I think I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think if there was more gagging, there would be less nagging.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
From the guy.
Whatever.
I think so.
Yeah. So you're saying so you support her message.
I mean, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with what she said. As long as she has a sacred person that she's doing that with. Don't just be out here trying to just do that. Like, don't put your mouth on people. That's been said when you was in pre-K, like you don't just go putting your mouth on anything. That's nasty.
All right. Let's see what my other boy got to say.
Who?
You deal with a man that's always accusing you of cheating, but he don't want to let go.
Just real quick, like, are you his first baddie?
I was about to say the same.
Because like reality is like the worst position in the world as a woman, you do not want to be a first baddie. Because the level of insecurity that follows that, like he's so happy to be there and he want to kind of keep you constrained in this little box. And I'm not used to the attention that you getting when we outside and on your social media and this. So I want to constantly accuse you of cheating, keep you on the ropes to make me feel more comfortable about being in a spot that I don't really feel like I belong in. Right? So again, that's why I asked, like, are you his first baddie? That's a homie right there.
That was a home girl.
That's true.
Excellent.
So
we need to follow that up.
That was his first baddie. And
you think that was his first baddie?
Yeah. And
you think that was what it was?
No, it's just, and a lot of dudes act like that. They when they're overprotective and jealous, they know they got something that they, know they're not supposed to have. They know they're not supposed to have. It's almost like you remember back in the day when the bad guy got the hold of the sacred emerald and he could destroy the whole world. That's how they feel. They feel like this little sniveling little idiot that has a gem in his hand, and I I got the, you know, I got
like Miraculous Ladybug.
Yeah, something like that. Like, you know, you always got that villain. That's how they feel at that moment, and they will do anything. I'll do anything for it, you know. So,
well, that ain't cute because that really does push women away. And then if you're not cheating, it makes her feel like you are.
Really? Why?
Because she's being accused of cheating.
Yeah. Well, now I will say that some women do act like her, and then they do cheat. They'll say they're not cheating,
of course,
but they'll still go out there and they'll still go and, you know, fraternize and get all these things. Because just think about it. I would give her, let's see, on the scale of 1 to 10, 8, right? 8 can do kind of what she wants out here with the simps. You know what I'm saying? The simps will do, you know, some weird stuff just because they want to have her on the roster, so to speak, you know. But that's just my take on it.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I say, that's like a man doing that is like going through a woman's phone.
Oh,
constantly accusing. What?
Oh, no, go ahead. I don't know if I showed you this one, but I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you.
I haven't seen any of this.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Show you this one.
Dave, I forgot to tell you today I'm gonna watch the game.
I can read your mind.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh. Okay. What we gonna do about food?
I know what you're thinking.
And that game was crazy, huh?
My favorite part. Look at her.
Man, if she can really read my mind, she'll know I do not feel like dropping.
It's alright.
It's alright. Now that's knowing your husband real well. Like you like, shoot.
Trey.
Shoot. You hop up in. You saw how she glitched in that driver's seat like a GTA character? Man, I wish that I get that type of luxury loving. The luxury.
What you mean? I drove today.
Man, look, let me tell you. She was sitting there with the music playing, the TV, the food. Then he's like, I'm trying to go somewhere, man. She really knew what I wanted. Blink. Oh. Wow.
Nah, I drive all the time. So
okay, y'all. Hold on. Here we go.
Absolutely. A man can come in and crave that safety and don't get it. We talked about this yesterday on a pod. A person can come in and build a wall because they have to safeguard themselves because they don't feel safe in a space. A woman can interrupt you and you don't feel safe. A woman can be distracted when you're trying to talk when you're trying to talk to her and they don't feel safe. You can be interrupting a man and he doesn't feel safe. When he's coming to you in a vulnerable moment and you shun him, he cannot feel safe, which makes him safeguard subconsciously. And that comes from memories and past experiences and things like that. So yes, it could have been something, darling, that you did do in a marriage that was messed up. I'm married and I can tell you right now, if I didn't listen to my husband when he came to me, if I looked down upon what he was saying to me when he was trying to make a decision.
When you don't get full attention, makes you feel what? When you're not getting elevated, it makes you feel unsafe.
You don't get full attention. She say something that interrupts you. What does she say?
Let me rewind it a little bit for you.
Vulnerable moment and you shun him, he cannot feel safe, which makes him safeguard subconsciously. And that comes from memories and past experiences and things like that. So yes, it could have been something, darling, that you did do in a marriage that was messed up. I'm married and I can tell you right now, if I didn't listen to my husband when he came to me, if I looked down upon what he was saying to me when he was trying to make a decision, if I felt like I was better than him and I minimized him, he's going to naturally safeguard. It's not necessarily turned just against you. He just doesn't feel safe, and you can remind him of a space where he didn't feel safe before and it shows up. So we can't always say that this person was always this way. No, I can tell y'all at a countless couples that I have worked with, that person at the beginning was the most vulnerable person until that person showed them they were not safe and secure in that relationship. and they put their safeguard on against the very person that they hoped was going to make them feel safe. So it's absolutely possible for that to happen.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But some things are triggers to make you not feel safe. Even in your relationship, things can be from the past that trigger you into not feeling safe. A lot of it is childhood issues, and they stir up in
with
adult
walls
you.
up, and they're waiting for the man to prove that he's worth it for her to move forward. And in that process, you aren't reciprocating his effort. You aren't showing up.
Clap it up.
Okay, hold on.
Clap it up.
Trey, why did you cut me off when I was
cut you
talking?
off?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true too. The reciprocation sometimes is not being acknowledged.
You got anything else that you want to say about that?
Here we go. You're not showing up the way that he needs to. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is that you're hiding behind your fears because you feel like, well, the last time I opened up, the dude played me or it didn't work out in my favor.
Yeah.
But it wasn't you opening up, it was you dealing with the wrong man.
The wrong man. Thank you.
Hold on.
Thank you. No, so basically what a lot of people have been saying in their podcast on the daily, like we've been hearing all these new podcasts pop up and they're saying, oh, well, women, it's your fault, it's this and that, but not really telling them what their problem is and what it is.
Yeah, but a lot of guys say
you're getting hold to the wrong person. Now, learning that sometimes it does take for you to be in the game for a while to really learn how the opposite sex acts and how you know how you want to be treated, but you also have to find that chameleon in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So what are things that a woman can easily identify within a man that
Not
you
snitch on
say
my brethren
would make him the wrong man?
What would make him the wrong man?
Easy identification. Easy things that you can identify. I mean, that a woman can identify so that she knows that she's not wasting
If he ain't
her
got
time.
no job and he think he's a drug dealer, that's a flag.
Okay. Yeah, that's a flag.
If he got a code on his phone and he don't want to let you know what the code is, that's a flag.
Okay, what else? In the dating space. What are things that should be identified as red flags, but
If
get
he's not
overlooked?
posting you on his social media story or on his post, if you are not visible, if he's not tagging you, like this is one thing that I know is for real about me and my brother. We're gonna tag like who we're with. So when he was dating his wife, or I think fiance wife, whichever one, and first thing he did was at her and everything. He made sure like, hey, we're together. Now when you're not showing your girl immediately, that means that you still are trying to fish don't burn in the kitchen. Y'all know this. Yeah, So, right. So, I mean, first thing is, it seems like a childish junior high school thing, but claim me. If I was single, claim me. I will claim you. We will be claimed together. We will be.
What else?
What else? What else? I think claiming me is the most important thing. But hold on. How do you know it's another flag? Somebody don't want to be with you, or they want to be with you,
Or that they're not right for a person, like
that
they haven't matured.
If y'all don't have
dating.
the compatibility, this is why I go back to saying if you're working and he's he's not working, or he don't have some type of drive or special ability to create money, then it's not just going to be the same. We're not talking about all illegal. A lot of you females, yes, I'm talking to y'all. Stop picking the drug dealer type. Don't do it. It's not good for you. It's not going to end well. Statistics say 70% of women that date drug dealers end up having a single parent home. I saw this a couple of years back when I was reading the newspaper, and it said you also get your stuff. If it was bought with drug money, it also gets your assets also get froze and seized. So, and then you could be homeless. So anyway, sorry, drug dealer friends. I mean, y'all still my people. I ain't shouting about y'all. I ain't do a 6ix9ine yet. No.
No, but these are things that women need to know, so that, because a lot of times women are we're trying to look at the guy's soul. We're trying to look and see if he's a good guy within. And sometimes that looks.
Okay, so here's another flag within. I didn't mean to cut you off. Here's another flag. The other flag is the way he treats you. And like I told you, consistently. It's got to be consistent. The first day you can't be opening doors and doing all this other stuff that you're like, wow, you do this? Chivalry is dead. Open up doors, take you out of the restaurant. Like I say, you just being a little too excessive connoisseur. We're not going to do this on an everyday basis. Now, depending on your level where you get on private jets and stuff, you may go out to an exquisite dinner every now and then. But on, normal, middle class salary or whatever, we'll say, in one of our last podcasts, we said like $51K, which is barely minimum wage at this point for America. Yeah. I don't think everything should be extravagant. I think it should be put your best foot forward, put in the most effort you can. Time is the key. Time is definitely the key. The most time if you don't want to put in time with that person, then that's not going to be real. You need to have those conversations. Your conversation game need to be strong. It shouldn't always just be, I got to get through. Say what?
That goes back to what we were talking about earlier.
What, in the earlier podcast?
When we were talking about the women. We were talking about the women and the basketball players and stuff like that. What you just said, as far as a red flag, I said it, and you were like, "No." I mean, I think that those things are important. Like, just pulling out all those extra stops, and
No, you don't have to pull out all that. I'm saying that right now. It depends on your bracket. So, okay, yeah, if you're talking about basketball players, like, yeah. But then again, he don't got to take you out every single day, because you're really not going to be doing that every single day. He might take himself out. But I mean, if y'all just dating, he don't got to do that every single day. If y'all married, he don't got to really do it every single day. As long as he's giving you the time. Some of y'all like picnics and walks on the beach. Some of y'all might not really want that type of money. It's the very seldom and few. But I will say that, there is some that just would like just to enjoy their person's time and know that they're, financially secure. And, they don't need to watch you burn your money all the time, That would be a flag for the woman to want you to wine and dine her all the time. Because what that means is if you don't have money anymore, that means that you will not be able to sustain her love, because the financial component is not missing. Right? So when a lot of people say, hey, I'm a high value man because of my money, that's another reason why I say what I say. Like, okay, so what about the ones that started from the ground up and they have a solid foundation of both having nothing, and they don't got to do no prenup, so one of them don't have to feel like one's getting over on the other, and one doesn't have to talk about, I maintained and did all this with the kids and cleaned the house if you have kids, and then all of a sudden she's not working because you were that high value man, and when y'all decide to separate, if you don't have a prenup in place, then she takes half of everything you make, on top of child support if you decide to have a kid. So, I mean, yeah, it may sound good in theory, but it all starts with the foundation of who she is, what do you think she's capable, what does she qualify for with you, and how does that all work together? How are you guys compatible? And once you guys are able to mix those ingredients together to make this fantastic, well-oiled running machine, then you can figure out, hey, this might definitely be the one. And you think about it. until everything starts to make sense. Because if it doesn't make sense, then why are we doing it? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's that part right there. I don't know if I pop this one up for you, but we're coming closer and closer to the end of this segment. Kind of went a little bit longer than I thought it would, but I had so much fun with you guys. So like, comment, and subscribe. My co-host, which is my wife, doesn't really say that a lot. Hey wife, can you do that for me real quick?
Hey guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and share.
See, it sounds so much better coming from you. And this is why we're going to get those 100K views.
Yeah, well, we do need the likes. Let's go.
Stay away from people who act like a victim in a problem that they created.
Woo! Hallelujah.
Glory to God.
Glory to God. That look around was real. He said something. You saw that's that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, President just won. That's the. Y'all know what I said, and I meant it.
There are people like that in the world, or some of you obviously know some of them. But they act like a victim in a problem that they created. That's gaslighting. There are people that do that. My antidote to that is this. Spend more time with people with whom you have a common future instead of a common past.
Common future. So where you want to go in life, I made that mistake, thinking that I was being arrogant or thinking I was better than people I used to hang out with. And I knew damn well I shouldn't have been hanging around with some of the people I was hanging around with back in the day. And that will slow your growth. To a lot of my young men growing up, in this hard world, you got to realize that, look, where you may be comfortable at is not where you're supposed to be when you're younger. Like, and what I mean by being comfortable is do stuff that's going to test your might, push your limits, set your goals, and shatter and achieve those every single chance that you get. Because if you're sitting there trying to be comfortable and run with the crew, run with the gang, then guess what? They're still doing their goals. You're not doing your goals. So then now, once everybody reaches the place where they're supposed to be in life, whether that's 5, 10 years down the road, 15 years, you may still be in the same spot while everybody else is where they want to be versus you're still trying to figure out where you have to be now. But yeah, if I ask you to change my screen, I'm just playing that. Don't be mad.
We can end it right there, though.
Wow, yeah, that was the end of that. Oops. So, yeah, I mean, that's major. That's major right there.
Yeah. People like the pity party, or, they like to
say that you don't believe in them when you're not giving nobody a reason to believe. Yeah.
Oh, man.
You don't believe in yourself. That used to be the thing that lit fire to me, bro. You remember those days where I was like, man, I want to open this up, but the bank won't give me the money. And I would say, these are my ideas and try to manifest $100,000. And the next thing you know, it happened. Because I didn't go around to everybody with my hand out saying you didn't believe in me. I said, hey, I know you had $80,000 a couple of years ago. You didn't believe in me, but I said it internally and I manifested what I really wanted and pushed it outwards. I looked at everybody that was like, oh, you weren't going to own a house. You wasn't going to own a car. You wasn't going to own a business. And you got to be able to internalize that and try to, flip it and distribute it out in great quantities, but in very, very, very strong focus. Because if you let a lot of stuff that people say bring you down, you will be paralyzed in that fear of the unknown.
Yeah, and you just have to trust that it doesn't matter if the world don't believe you. You got to believe in you first. If you can't believe in you based off of just who you are, who you know that you are, you got to know yourself first and then go out and show them why they should have believed in you. but then also thank them, for not, because it's going to help build that character inside of you that you need to become. And then trust God to order your steps. Because as long as you trust God to keep you on the path that you're supposed to be on and that your steps are ordered, you'll be okay. There's no need to worry about who believes in you, what this person has that you need or that you feel like you need. Because if you feel like you need that, somewhere along the lines or along your path, God has it for you. You just got to go and get it.
Right.
And on that note, we can call it a night.
All right. So we definitely appreciate all you guys that stopped in. All you guys that stopped in. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we definitely appreciate everybody for coming in, stopping in, hopping in, you know, tapping in, getting wrapped in with us. You know, we enjoying the love and, boom, what is your last thoughts on the show? Definitely let them know what we got coming up, what's coming up next, how we going to hit them, how we going to give it to them.
Yeah, just make sure you tune in. That's what you need to do. You need to tune in. And then when you tune in, drop in. Stop in and say hello.
What's up? What's up, GMT? It's all good. We're coming to a closing. And we had a wonderful show. Definitely go back, watch it, like it, on Twitter finger it to death. And definitely love the content. If there was a love a MotoCon, hit that, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, do a smoke signal, whatever you got to do, because the channel is growing, and we definitely appreciate it. What's up, GMT?
I am in the dark. Let me turn my camera off. What's good, y'all?
What's going on?
Yo, what's so crazy? I just had a meeting with one of my panelists, and that lasted for like 4 hours.
Wow.
Yo, these panels is no joke, yo. It's hard. But I'm happy to see y'all up here grinding, though.
Of course.
Yeah. Gotta put on.
How was the show tonight? I know y'all was about to close out. I just wanted to come up and show some love.
It was pretty good. We were just, voicing our opinion to a few videos, reacting to a few different statements.
Okay. I'm going to go catch it on the replay then.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, definitely. Appreciate it.
All right, yo. Y'all already know. And tell Treya she need to stop hustling people with them bracelets.
Oh yeah, y'all. So yeah,
she told me she went over there.
The dope hours we had, so we're gonna go ahead and do a video on those if you guys want to.
Yeah, we can do that.
But yeah, definitely appreciate you for supporting on the bracelets as well.
Nah, man,
y'all got the genuine, signature, authentic.
Oh man.
Yeah, you had got one of my favorite ones too.
The one of the blues?
I think, was it the purple?
It was a purple one that I got too.
Yeah, she told me, she was like, he got the purple one. I was like, oh, okay. That was one.
Yeah, how she like it? What she think about it?
Me and Tiff, we barely even spoke since yesterday, so I don't even know. I gotta go talk to her. That's what tonight was supposed to be about until I had, one of the panelists come by the house.
Oh, well, I know it went well. I definitely know it went well.
Hope
I'm gonna fill y'all in.
All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna definitely close out, y'all. Thank you again for hopping on in, and this definitely was a great show.
Yeah.
Thanks again for popping in. Chopping it up with us for a little bit, GMT.
It's all good. Just make sure if y'all watching on the replay, y'all are also sharing the content and hit the subscribe button if you just found this channel.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Boom shakalaka.
That's right.
You've been having fun with them things all night.
That's what's up. I love them sound effects too.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. We out. Peace.
All right, peace.
Peace.